This is the Positive Grid Spark Mini, and it's not just mini, it's tiny. That's the size of my hand. Look at the size of this thing. It's a smart guitar amp. It also connects to their app, the Positive Grid app, and it's also a Bluetooth speaker with spatial audio. And I've been playing around with it for about a week or two, and I just want to give you my thoughts on it. Okay, so just to show you what I'm doing, this is my phone and I've just put it on a stand so you can see what's going on live. The actual speaker is behind us just here with the Aston Stealth mic plugged in on G for guitar. So you'll be able to hear me play, and also you can see me control things from this speaker, which is really, really handy. One really nice thing as well is that if you actually change the preset on the speaker, you'll see it happen live here. So right now we are on rhythm. I could have just looked over there, but anyway, we're on rhythm as you can see here. So if I change it on the speaker right now, I'm going to go over. It does it Bluetooth, it does it wirelessly. It's really, really cool. I like that a lot. So here's a couple of tones that I've just basically got from the presets, and let's have a listen. Right then, let's take a look at this. This is a 10 watt speaker, so it's 25 watts, and you've also got the bass speaker at the bottom. It's really, really small, but it says it's everything but small. It really is tiny, and I do like that because it's portable. The exterior's got this leather feel to it, so is the strap. So on the back, we have the power button. We've got pair for the Bluetooth, but hold that down for the tuner. You've got USB 5 volt, and you've got AUX in, and you've got headphone or line out, and that's really, really handy if you're going to go to a bigger speaker. On the top, you've got your input for your guitar, whether that's acoustic or electric, and you've got your music, guitar, and preset. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to turn this on. When you turn it on, you get a little blue flash, it goes green, and then it tells you what preset you're on. So on rhythm, lead, solo, or custom. If you hold down the pair button for 2 seconds, you get a double flash on here. I'll do it now. There you go, and it's now in tuning mode. So the top two are if you're sharp, the bottom two are if you're flat, and if it goes into the middle two, you're in tune. If you just tap that, it will go into pair mode for Bluetooth, and you can connect your phone. Then you've got your two dials, you've got guitar, and you've got music. So of course, if you're playing backing tracks, or you're just playing Bluetooth music, that's for this dial here. And if you've got your guitar, that's for this dial here. Just a word about the grill. The grill you can actually remove, and you can put on different coloured ones. They've got a red one at the moment. I think they're going to bring more colours out, which will be just really nice, just a nice little personal touch. And the bottom here, we've got 4 feet, and we've got the bass grill. It's more of a bass plate than a bass speaker, and that's what really helps pump out the lower tones. Just a quick word about the instructions. So in the box you get the charging cable, and then you also get this, and this says welcome to Spark Mini, and then you can just have a look. It says what's in the box. It tells you how to get started using the Spark Mini as a guitar amp, using the Spark Mini as a wireless Bluetooth speaker, and then you've also got top control panel and the rear control panel. In the instruction guide, the main thing you're going to need is this QR code. So if you're using your phone, just get your camera up, and then you can scan the QR code, and it says onelink.me, and it'll take you to the right place to get the app for Spark. Just be aware when you're downloading this app, have a look at the top here, 451 megabytes. It's not the smallest app on the planet, so make sure you've got good data, or if you've got Wi-Fi instead. Okay, so once you have the Spark app installed, you'll see that it says here, asks you if you want to use Bluetooth already. You say yes to that, and then we just go start, and it says don't have a Spark device, question mark. and you can actually click that there and you can purchase one. You need a Spark speaker for this app to work. It won't work without one. So if we click start, it's going to say which one are we adding. Of course, we've got the Spark 40 and the Spark Mini. So we have the Mini, so we're going to click Spark Mini. It says power on the Spark and then tap the pair button. So we're actually pairing this by Bluetooth. So if we pair it by Bluetooth, I've already done that, and we just click connect, and it's searching right now. It's searching for the speaker, and then it's connecting. And there we go, fully connected, and you can see it says connected there, and we've got the amps. Okay, so I just sat down to transfer all the information from my camera over to my iPad to do some editing. All my stuff is here, my camera's here. I've just moved it over to here. I've just plugged in the amp into my computer because I just wanted to give it a little bit of juice, because I just wanted to record something else. And then all of a sudden, Logic Pro kicked in and said Spark Mini. I didn't realise it's actually an audio interface as well. So everything I've been recording with has been recorded from the microphone, the Aston Stealth microphone. However, if you want to record directly from this into your digital audio workstation, you can. You're a clever little thing, aren't you? Talk about a smart speaker. Now, if you are recording into your digital audio workstation, then you must be recording your own music, and you might want to find a way to get it out there in the world. Now, that's where today's sponsor comes in, which is DistroKid. DistroKid is a distribution company. If you want to put your songs out to places like Spotify and Apple Music and all that jazz, you need a music distribution company, and that's what DistroKid are. They can push your music from you onto the online stores, the digital streaming sites, and even social media. Now, other music distributors have a plan where if you release something, a single, an album, an EP, they charge you per release, where DistroKid have a different model. They charge you one price per year, which starts at $19.99. And I can save you 7% off that if you click the link that's in the description box. It's also the one that's on the screen now. They have a couple of different tiers. They start at $19.99. Then you've got Musicians Plus, which is what I'm on, which is $35.99, and you can have 2 different outfits. So I've got myself and Tokyo Wasteland. But the other thing you can do with that is you can actually schedule the date of the release. Then the final one is actually for a label tier. So if you're someone who looks after multiple bands, you can release all that music as well. And you can save 7% no matter which tier you choose with that link. DistroKid have loads of cool goodies, but there's 2 that I want to talk about, one being hyperfollow. A hyperfollow page is like a landing page. So instead of actually pushing all your people onto Spotify when they actually listen on Amazon Music or Tidal, you can actually just give them a hyperfollow page, which is a landing page for each release, and then they can choose the music streaming site that they want. The second one is promo cards, and I love these because once you upload your music, your artwork is then used to create these promo cards. And they're 9x16, which is great for things like Instagram Reels or social media, and they're actually put into loads of different scenarios. I especially like the ones where they look like they're a CD or even a cassette. Or there's even ones where it looks like your artwork's been taken on a Polaroid camera. I must be showing my age. But it's all part of DistroKid's free service. You don't have to then go to another website to redesign a promo card. They've done it for you automatically, and it just saves you time if nothing else. There's absolutely loads of goodies inside DistroKid, but I just wanted to highlight those 2 because I really like them. But imagine in 12 months how many releases you could do, singles, EPs, acoustic versions, albums, your live streams, and there's even a way you can actually release covers. They can get a license for you so it's done properly so you don't get into trouble. So thank you very much to DistroKid for sponsoring this video. Click the link that's on the screen, and it's also in the description box below, and start distributing your music today. Now you're kind of in control with the speaker with the app, and you can see there it says custom, and we're on the custom. If I go to the top left here, if I tap rhythm, watch this, it'll actually change over. There you go. If I go to lead, it'll change to lead. Solo, it changes to solo. So now what we have is we have thousands of different tones, amps, mods, drives, wahs, reverbs, delays at our disposal. If this looks a little bit daunting, it's quite simple. All we do is there's 4 tabs at the bottom. First one is your actual sound, what you've got, your amp, your delays, your reverb, whatever you need. So for this one, we've got a gate, a comp, a drive, an amp, a mod, EQ, delay, or reverb. And you can see the mod, EQ, the drive, and the gate are not engaged, and you can just engage them by dragging them down. The other way to do it, of course, is if you just tap that, it just taps it on and off, so therefore it takes it in and out of the feed, the line, the actual source. So then if you go to the amp, you've got all your different controls here, and as you dial them in and out, what I really like is that you've got a real clear indication of what the value is. So I could put that, say, to There we go, 4.8. I can turn it on, I can turn it off, and it will just jump in and out of the feed. So imagine your guitar's coming in here and it's going out there. And the great thing is I can change this, so if I just double tap the amp, I then have access to all the different, this is just the heads of course, I can just change all the different heads and more get added all the time. You can see this one has got a little lock on it. So if I was to tap it, this is one of the expansion packs, this is from the Jimi Hendrix Experience, and you can buy more amps, more heads, more stuff from the app itself. But for now, I'm just going to stick with the one we've got, so I can just get rid of that. And then if I go to Mod EQ, I can double tap that. And we've got loads of modulations and EQs. Again, you've got the ones that are locked that you can buy additionally. We've got guitar EQ, bass EQ, we've got tremolo square. So there's loads of options here, and you can build up what you want. Now on the positive grid, you can see right now, as I'm editing this, this is flashing away because it knows I've made changes. So therefore what I need to do is I need to send the changes from the phone over to the actual amp itself. Now the three little dots in the top left hand corner, if you tap it, I can overwrite, I can save as new, share to Tone Cloud, so you can actually make your own preset, share it with the community and the community can have it, or you can go save to hardware preset. So if I say save to hardware preset, it then says, are you sure you want to put this on this one? You can give it a different name if you want. We're going to share it to the rhythm one as opposed to any of the others, and then I click save. Rhythm save to Spark Mini under the rhythm section, and that makes sense. But you can actually save any as any. So I know this one says custom, but you've actually got 4 different ones you can actually do with this. So if you tap here, you can actually see you've got rhythm, lead, solo, and custom. I've already changed one of them over to this one, which is called Royal Crown. If you're finding all this a little bit too much, then what you can do is you go, I don't know where to start. You can actually have a look, and there's a couple of starting points here which are really, really nice. So you can just go through them, and we can just pick one. And then if I just double tap it, I've now got a British amp, British accent it's called. I can then just tap this and it'll play through the speaker when I plug the guitar in. I'll show you that in a second. But then if I really like that, I can then of course send that and save it to a hardware preset. If you could tap then, you've got overwrite, you could save it as a brand new one, so you could keep British accent and then save a brand new and give it a name. But then if you overwrite, you're going to overwrite the British accent one, the actual preset itself. But if you then go save to hardware preset, that's actually going to save it directly to the amp. The other sections of the app itself is music, video, and settings. So music is actually building up backing tracks and also what they call Smart Jam. And then video is literally, hi, there's the camera and there's me, hello. This is actually to film yourself with the music and the sound coming from here and the microphone, and you can film yourself playing. The great thing about the music section is there are some videos to follow along with, so you could follow along and it actually gives you the chords underneath there, which is really, really handy. The last one on here is settings, and this is basically showing you what you're connected to. So at the moment we're connected to both tone control and audio for the Spark Mini. You can log in, it's got saved songs, what's new, you can connect yourself to Apple Music and Spotify so you can play along, and then you've also even got the tuner there, so you've got the full tuner there if you need it. You've got a metronome, which is really handy. And that audio is actually coming from the speaker, it's not coming from the phone at all. And you've also got a help center and about. And now it's time for the acoustic guitar. And I'm going to play a couple of presets which are meant for electric. There is an acoustic section in here, but I'm going to play a couple of ones that are electric bass, but you can use the acoustic with. There's also a bass section if you've got bass guitar as well. But why not? Let's just try it out and see what happens. So what do I think of it? Well, it is a cool little amp, and I just do love this little handle. It's just really, really handy. You could even loop that onto your guitar strap, which is really, really handy. Yeah, it's just fantastic. It is the loudest 10-watt amp I've ever come across, definitely. It is a practice amp, and these controls on the top are really, really nice, really, really simple. It's a little bit too simplistic when you're thinking about the tuner. It's not going to throw you directly in tune. It's going to get you there. And then you've got these 3 presets, and you've got your custom as well. The other thing is we tested this in a garden party. We took it to a garden party and just connected my phone, and it probably played at full blast for about 3 hours, which is to be expected. The phone was on full volume, the speaker was on full volume, and it lasted just under 3 hours at full volume, full pelt, and it sounded fantastic. Now, obviously, if you're using it with a guitar and you're using it at probably not a full pelt all the time, you will get what is recommended, which says up to 8 hours of use out of this. When I was using it with the guitars, I was changing guitars over, I was messing around with the amp and the app and changing the presets, so I got about 6 hours, but if you had it just set and you were just playing it, you probably would get the recommended up to 8 hours. I love the fact that the Bluetooth is really, really easy to pair, and then you've got the hold for the tuner, so you could have this maybe next to you, but if you wanted to line that out to a bigger PA or a bigger monitor or a bigger speaker, you can do. For people who are just getting started with electric guitar, or they just want to amplify their acoustic guitar and you don't want to take a huge amp with you, this is perfect. I've messed around with small speakers before, and then you get to around about 50% of the volume and it starts crackling, distorting, it just sounds rubbish. This can go full volume, both with an electric guitar and acoustic guitar. With some presets, especially things like the solo one, if you crank it up all the way, you crank the guitar up all the way, you are going to start getting a little bit of distortion there, and it's mainly coming from the bass. But I love the way the speakers are angled, and you've got that kind of spatial, it just widens the sound for you and makes it bigger than it really is. I just want to thank Positive Grid. I did hound them for one of these, and I even said, can you send me the red grill, because I like the red one, but they didn't have that in stock. But I just want to say thank you very much for them to send this. They sent it for free. They are not paying for this review, they have not seen this review, they're not asking me to say certain things, I'm just checking it out. Now, if this is not big enough for you and you want a bigger amp, have a look at this video, because this is all about the Sonnet 60, and have a look at this video, and this is about me trying to make any electric guitar sound better.